This tutorial is to show you how to edit your audio tracks for your assessments, cutting out the instructions that are already on the track at the beginning of the track, and then adding your own instructions that match your question on the assessment paper. It's pretty simple, but of course, you need once you get used to it, it'll be much easier. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need to download and install two programs. The first one is called Audacity, and then the second one is called MediaHuman Audio Converter. And they are quite easy to find online. Here you just type in download Audacity free, and all these options come up. I often go with download.cnet.com. But this one here, sourceforge.net, is also pretty good. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. So I already have brought up the Audacity one, and it says download now. You just click on that, save it onto your computer, and you will need to install it after it has downloaded. The same here with MediaHuman. You download by clicking on this button, and then you have, like I said, you have to install it. So I already have it installed on my computer, and I am not going to do that now. If you don't know how to do it, then you can ask me. Okay, so get rid of that window. The second thing you're going to need to do is to create a folder into which to put the audio in the first place, and also after it is edited. This, by the way, is my desktop over here. And so I right click on my desktop and go to New, Folder, and I'm just going to call this audio files. You can call it whatever you like. Then go into it, double click, and here you have your folder that you just created. Create a new folder inside, one called raw audio, and then another one called edited audio. Okay, so now I've got that ready. The next step is to get the audio that you want to use, which is all, by the way, on our Google Drive. And I've already logged into Google Drive over here. This is English Department Wes at gmail.com. And here is our folder, Wes ESL Department Shared Folder. I'm sure you all know this by now. Enter there, and then enter audio and resources. Now, Our World, most of you will use Our World, but I want to show you that the Our World is already in MP3 format. You see that over there. This format loads easily into Audacity, so you do not need to first convert it. Because I also want to show you how to convert, I'm going to go instead to the TuneIn audio, which is in a different format. TuneIn. And I'm just going to go to CD1. I'm just taking random audio tracks. Here you will see that this is .wma, which is Windows Media Audio. This one does not load into Audacity, and so you have to convert it first. So I'm going to take track number 6, download, and I am going to put it into my raw audio. So desktop, audio files, raw audio, and save it there. And I'm going to take track number 12, download. I right click to download, by the way. And then I'm already there because I just saved one there, so I'll just save it again. And now I will minimize that. Now I go into my raw audio over here. Okay, another thing about another thing about these two programs is that they won't load anything with Chinese name. It has to be renamed in English. So I'm just going to rename that track 6. And I'm going to rename that track 12. You right click on it to rename it. I'll just do it now. Right click, and then this list comes up over here, and rename is down the bottom over here. Okay, so I have 2 tracks. You're going to need more than 2 tracks, of course, but I'm just using 2 tracks now to show how it is done. Okay, so the next thing I need to do, because this is type, as I said, these are WMA files. There it is. I cannot load them into Audacity, so I need Media Human. Here is my Media Human. I'll just open it up. And I want to convert it into WAV. Okay, so over here at the top, I select output format, and here WAV, WAV. This is the easiest to work with in Audacity. Now I drag these 2 into here. Okay, go to the settings button over here and click on it, and in this area here, output folder, this part is selected here, users Malcolm Music converted by Media Human. This is where it is going to export your converted file, but you don't want to do that because then you're not going to find it. So click on this button, click in this box, I should say, convert to source folder. That means I dragged these files from here into this, and when I'm done, it will go back into there. The new files, the converted files, will go back into the same folder. So now I'm ready. Close. And here, start conversion. So I click on that. And the 2 files have converted. And here they are in WAV format. And you'll see over here the Chinese is still, for some reason, is still there. And look what happened. It doesn't know how to read Chinese. Anyway, never mind. That's not important. Now, clear list. And I'm going to use Media Human again, so I'm just going to minimize it first. Okay. Now, I want to click on type, and it'll put the 2 that I need together. The WAVs are the ones I want, so I select the 2 of them. And now I open up Audacity. Okay. I want to load these 2 files into Audacity, so I just click and drag, and I drop it into Audacity. And the 2 files are there. Now this is a bit difficult to see, so I'm going to make it a full screen by pressing that box there. And you will see track 6 is at the bottom, and track 12 is at the top. Okay. Now if I want to listen to these tracks, I press play. But if I just press play, all the tracks are going to play at the same time.
Here.
3.
The people are so friendly.
Yeah,
What's
they
your
are.
home address,
Do you know
please?
everybody?
Okay, and this is obviously not easy to work with. So how do I listen to one? First of all, I put my cursor, the mouse over here, and I click. And then I've selected this one. You can see it is white. This one is gray. This means I've selected this one, and I press solo, and now I listen.
2. Listen and understand. Part B. 1.
One more thing.
Okay, so the instructions are right at the beginning over here. I don't know if you watched that cursor moving. Let's do it one more time.
2. Listen and understand. Part B.
And that is where, this here is where the instructions ended. So I put my mouse there and I highlight this part and then I delete it. Edit, delete. And it will only delete the instructions. Now I want to go to the second one, so I unsolo this one. And I can use this bar on the side to go down. I select this one and I need it to go solo and I listen.
4. Tune in. Part B. 1. It's a beautiful night for a party.
Okay, so the instructions are also just the first part. Put your cursor there and select that. Edit, delete, and unsolo it. Now I want to record my own instructions. So what do? I press tracks at the top over here, add new, and stereo track. And a new track appears at the bottom. As I record, it's going to play everything, so I want to make this solo again. Then I press this red record button at the top, and I record the instructions that I want to give. My instructions are not going to match the question because I haven't even listened to the track. This is just to show you how to do it, so obviously I have no idea what the instructions should be. I'm just going to record anything. Listen carefully and tick the boxes beside the correct words. And stop by pressing on this one over here. Now I can listen to it. Listen carefully and tick the boxes beside the correct words. Okay, so unsolo it. Select this one here. Remember I said if it's white it's selected here, the grey is not selected. And then I want to cut, edit, cut, and go back to this one where you took it out. Now put your cursor here and use the left arrow key to get it to the start of the track. Edit and paste. Now if I listen to that solo, my instructions come first and then the... Listen carefully and tick the boxes beside the correct words. And then the audio that was originally there.
1.
One more
So now I want to record for the second one. So a solo again, record button. Listen to the song and match the words with the picture. Again, my instructions make no sense because I don't actually know what the task is. Again, it's just for demonstration. So unsolo it, select, and cut. Go to this track over here. Of course, you need to make sure that you're putting it with the correct track. And use your, so put the cursor there, and then use your left arrow key to go to the start of the track, edit, and paste. And if you want to listen to it, solo, remember, and play. Listen to the song and match the words with the picture.
1.
Like I said, this is not a song. My instructions mean nothing. Okay, so unsolo it. Now what we have over here is we have two tracks that have been edited, and we have this empty track over here. We do not need this empty track anymore. So here is a box, an X, close that track. And now go back to the top and select this one. Next, click on File, click on Save Other, and export multiple because there is more than one track to deal with. Export multiple. It's going to ask where do you want to export it. I was using this earlier, so I've already selected the correct one, but you go to choose and then you find what you are looking for over here. My folder is on the desktop. I want audio files and I want edited audio. That is where I want to put it. And then I select the folder, export. It's going to ask me about the first track and I go, okay, don't change anything here. And ask me about the second track and I just say, okay. And then it exports directly. And when it's done, it's done. Now you can close this by clicking on there. Or if you are worried that there might be a mistake or someone might have a question, you can save this project. So click on File and Save Project As. This means that it is not saving an audio file that you can play. It's not saving an MP3 or anything like that. It is saving an Audacity file, which means that you can reload this this job that you are doing later and make changes if necessary. This might be a good idea. And then when your audio has been approved, you can delete this project. So I'm going to go OK, and then I'm going to select the place where I want to. So desktop. What happened now? There, audio files. And I'll just put it in this, I'll just save it over here. but I don't want to call it track 12. I think I want to call it second assessment tracks. Okay, and then I save it. Now, if I need to make changes, it is there. Otherwise, I have to do the whole process again. Close. Okay, so now, if I go to this, you will see here is the Audacity project that I just saved. And this is the information that goes with the Audacity project. These are the two folders that I created in the beginning. Edited audio is where I want to go. And these are WAV files. I want to change them to MP3, so I select them, go back to Media Human, change this here to MP3, drag these in here. Remember, I have already selected to put it back into the source folder, so it will go right back here where I took it from. Start conversion. And then it's done. So clear list and close Media Human. We're done with it now. Now if I click on type, it will put my MP3s together and my WAVs together. You see the MP3s are now together and the WAVs are together. It is the MP3s that we want to send to our admin office for them to make the audio tracks for the students to listen to. I don't know if you noticed the whole time that I had this open over here on the left, this Word document. This is the one that I gave you previously, and so all of the instructions are listed here as we spoke about last time. If you need to look at them and stop your video, they're all there. And of course you can come and ask me questions at any time. I hope this has helped, and enjoy recording, or rather editing.